Hello students, welcome back to online classes of Shemstar Global School. This is Nabila Fatima. In the previous video we have studied about land and soil. In this video we will study about water. So let's study about water in detail. Water is a vital renewable natural resource. It means that it can be reformed through a process of water cycle within a short span of time. 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. That is why it is called water planet or the blue planet. It was in the primitive oceans that life began almost 3.5 billion years back. It is proved that life began almost 3.5 billion years ago in the ocean because of availability of water. Water is of two types, fresh water and saline water. The ocean water is saline and not fit for human consumption as it contains high amount of salt. Fresh water is only about 2.7%. Nearly 70% of this occur as ice sheet and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland and mountain regions. Only 1% of fresh water is available and fit for human use. So fresh water is only 2.7% of the water on the earth as it is stored in ice caps, rivers, lakes, ice sheet and glaciers in Antarctica, and very little is available for us to use. Fresh water is therefore the most precious substance on earth. Human being is totally dependent on it. Man uses water for various purposes. In 1975, the consumption of water for human use was 3,850 cubic kilometer per year. It scored more than 6,000 cubic kilometer a year in the year 2000. A dripping tap wastes 1,200 liters in a year. Water abundance only seems to vary because it is in constant motion, cycling through the oceans, the air, the land and back again through the process of evaporation, precipitation and runoff. This is also known as water cycle. So, water is forming in a constant motion from the land to the atmosphere and from the atmosphere back to the land through the process of water cycle, which include evaporation, condensation and precipitation. Here in the table there is an average estimate of water used by an individual per day. In drinking 3 liters, cooking 4 liters and so on. In the end we can say that normal person uses 150 liters of water per day. In spite of availability of water, many parts of the world face water scarcity. Water scarcity is caused due to overexploitation and excessive uncontrolled use of available fresh water. What is water conservation? Water conservation is a practice in which people, companies and government attempt to reduce their water usage. Water conservation includes all the policies, strategies and activities to sustainably manage the natural resource of fresh water, to protect the hydrosphere and to meet the current and future human demand. And do you know, Water Conservation Day is celebrated on 22nd of March. Why conserve water? Water is essential to life on earth. We need water to grow food, keep clean, provide power, control fire and most importantly, we need it to stay alive. That means that clean and fresh water is a limited resource. We all know this. With all the severe droughts happening in the world, the limited supply of fresh water is becoming one of our most precious resources. Every person on earth needs water to survive. Without it, many of us would get sick and even result in death. Conserving water means that it keeps water pure and clean while protecting the environment. This question might be arising in your mind just now, that if water is constantly being cleaned and recycled through our Earth's water cycle, then why do we need to conserve it? The answer is that people use our planet's fresh water faster than it can naturally be replenished. This means that different stages of water cycle, that is precipitation, condensation and evaporation, can take a long time to complete. Water can also be located in different areas of the world at uneven quantities. This means that sometimes, depending on your location, water can be very difficult to access. Here are some of the steps that can help us save water. First one is that we all should stop the wastage of water. Second one, prevent water pollution. It is our duty to save the existing sources of water from pollution and further degradation. Next is rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is a process where rainwater is collected and stored for further use rather than allowing them to run off. Next is proper means of irrigation. We all should adopt a proper means of irrigation to reduce the wastage through the seepage. Example, sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation. Lastly, construction of dam. Construct more dams to store water for domestic and agricultural purposes and to produce cheap hydroelectric power. There are some more methods in which we can save water in our day-to-day activity, like wash your fruits and vegetables in a pan of water instead of running water from tap. Water your garden in the morning and evening when temperatures are cooler to minimize evaporation. Turn off tap while brushing your teeth. Take a short bath. Plant drought resistant trees and plants. So these are some methods through which we can conserve our water resource. So with this we have completed the chapter. I hope that you have understood the chapter. Please see all the videos of this chapter carefully, and if you have any problem in understanding anything, then please ask me by putting your questions in the comment section. Thank you.